Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I thank you, Mr. Nolan, for yielding. Congressman Nolan, who was in this body before I was and before you were and before Mr. Barletta was. He's been in public service for a very long period of time. And therefore, I appreciate the remarks made in support of this resolution. Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong support of this resolution, which I am proud to have sponsored for the last 22 years. It allows the Greater Washington Soapbox Derby Association to hold its 72nd annual competition on June 15th on the grounds of this Capitol. This is a long-standing tradition which brings young people, ages 8 to 17, and their families from around the D.C. metro area to the Capitol for a fun and educational experience. Since 1938, the Derby has inspired thousands of the region's young people to learn the physics behind gravity racing and the engineering used to design soapbox racers. America's Soapbox Derbies have been called the greatest amateur racing event in the world. And on June 15th, it will continue to make history. The Derby teaches sportsmanship, hard work, and pride of accomplishment, and it imbues its young participants with that same spirit of innovation that has long fueled America's greatness. The young people who participate in these derbies are often sponsored by community groups, police departments, fire departments, and others who want to invest in our country's future in a very direct and meaningful way. Every year, I am incredibly proud of my constituents from Maryland's 5th District who participate. A number of Soapbox Derby champions have come from the 5th District, including the winners of 2007, 2008, 2009, and last year. The winners in 2007 and 2008, Casey Rader and Courtney Rail, respectively went on to win the National Soapbox Championship. As an aside, Mr. Speaker, I was hoping to be able to say that about the Terrapins this year, but that apparently will not be the case, although I do expect them to win the NIT. Last year's winners from the 5th District were Brittany Sorley and Brandon Sorley of Waldorf, who won the Masters and Superstock divisions. I want to thank the members who are co-sponsoring this resolution, Representatives Jerry Connolly, Donna Edwards, Jim Moran, Eleanor Holmes Norton, Chris Van Hollen, John Delaney, and my classmate in the Congress who came with me to Congress in the 97th Congress, my dear friend Frank Wolf. And I would urge all of my colleagues to support this resolution. And I thank Mr. Nolan and Mr. Barletta for bringing this resolution to the floor, and I yield back the balance of my time to Mr. Nolan.